Today I'll be playing against all of the bots, starting from the lowest rated, which is Martin, up to the highest rated, which is Komodo. So every move my opponent gets a bit harder. But to make it a bit more challenging, I'll be only playing against the free bots, as it won't be much of a challenge if I had to face all the 500 rated bots and streamers. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. I'll start with e4. Martin plays c5, the Sicilian defense. As usual, very solid opening phase. Okay, now it's Eleni's turn. Knight to f3. I really don't think there's any benefit to facing low-rated bots at the start, as they always play good openings. So maybe my only chance will be to try to get an advantage against the intermediate bots, such as Nelson. Anyway, it's Jimmy's turn. I'll play d4. Okay, so the best move here is to take with the knight of course, but I think playing for tricks gives me a better chance. So, bishop to c4. That's already a weird move by Aaron. I could take the pawn now, but I don't think it's good enough. So, let's go for an attack. Just so you know, I've checked the Lichess database after the game, and it said this position has never been reached before. It's move 5. Anyway, it seems my 1000 rated opponent fell for the trick. It wasn't even a trick, to be honest, it's an obvious attack on the pawn. But since no one has played it before, I guess I should go into scientist mode and give it my name for no reason. I'll take it with the knight. Okay, this move attacks both the bishop and the pawn, so I'll defend both by playing bishop to d5. But since it's Nelson's turn, there's no way he's not moving his queen. Right? Right. I'll take the rook. The only problem is the fact that my knight is out of the game, so I don't think I should trade the bishop because I'll need it to get my knight back. So, bishop to b3. You know what, on second thought, I think I will take the pawn and trade, because I have queen to h5 check in the end, and the queen will team up with the knight then. Or the bot will just ignore the previous bot's plans. Now it's Lee's turn. I can't believe my opponent is already 2000 rated. Why did I have to exclude streamers from the challenge? I'll castle. And in this position, something unexpected happened. Lee just froze and refused to make a move. First I thought it was the internet, but then I tried switching sides and switching back, and it worked. However, my name somehow changed back to guest for the rest of the game, so, sorry about that. The next opponent is 2200 rated. And since Lee decided to trade, I'll take the knight back. For maximum flex, I think I can develop the knight to c3, and he can't take it because he'll lose the queen. Oh wait. He could have trapped my knight. But anyway, it's Danya's turn. Knight to e4. Getting the knight to a nice outpost can't be bad. Well, unless he immediately tries to kick me out. And by the way, I think we've played all of the free bots, except for the big boss of chess.com, also known as the Miss Amigos guy. Which I forgot about during the game. So I felt confident enough to face Komodo Dragon in this position, since I have a very nice advantage. And of course, this was a big life blunder, that cost me 50 minutes of intense calculation, and 2 days of video editing. Here we go, knight to g3. I would really like to get the queens off the board, but I don't think I can save my knight without the queen. So, queen to d3. Let's kick this queen away. Why did I kick this queen away? I'm just getting it closer to trapping my knight again. You know what, that knight can save itself. Let's play with the other knight. Needless to say, a few moves later, the knight did not save itself. This is definitely not the advantage I wanted to have against a 3200 rated engine. Even if it's running on this scuffed laptop. But at least the position is a bit more simplified. I'll develop the bishop to g5. I should try to prevent it from castling for as long as possible. f4, h6, bishop to h4, g5 takes bishop to g3. And it castled. Dude. All Nelson had to do was not move his queen for literally one move. I'll put more pressure on the pawn. Okay, so there's d3 discovered check on the next move, but do I need to worry about it? I don't think so. I can take the pawn on e5, but then there's queen to e7 with an annoying pin. So, when in doubt, double the brothers. d3 check as expected. I'll block with the bishop. d2. That's a really nice move. I have to go rook to d1. Dude. I really wish I had Martin as my tag team right now. I'll put more pressure on the pawn. I'll take and block with the rook. I really hate heavy piece endgames, so I have to find a way to trade the queens. And by the way, very tricky move by Komodo. If I took the pawn now, there's a fork on f3, because then my rook will be pinned. As a wise man once said, never resign when there's a knight on the board. Finally, I can trade queens. But it wasn't over yet. You still need to be accurate. So at first I tried to trade the rooks, but when it refused the trade, I attacked the pawn. Then I found out I can actually sacrifice the exchange for another pawn, and this is winning because I have two connected passes and my king is close. But there's no need to give it an advanced passed pawn. So we trade, it gives a few checks, then I start pushing the pawn with the help of the king, while the white rook does a very nice job cutting off the black king, and then even cutting off the black rook. And on move number 70, queen to f8, checkmate. That was way harder than I thought. But anyway. Mission passed, plus respect.